This kid is wanted by the police, and you're gonna shield him?
I am not shielding him. I'm protecting his anonymity.
We're talking about a murder investigation. His anonymity may have to suffer just a bit, even if that runs counter to what you think is proper behavior for a journalist.
Sweetheart, I'm not talking about journalistic ethics. I'm talking about a boy that I made a promise to so that he would help me. The facts are that I wouldn't have gotten the story if I didn't make that promise to him. Now, what do you want me to do, take that back? How would anybody else trust me in the future?
Well, you know, Eden, I think you need to be more careful about what kind of promises you make.
I am bound by what I said.
Apparently. I don't believe this.
I hate to say this, but you would do the same thing if the situations would reverse.
Excuse me, I would never withhold information from the police if they needed to conduct an investigation.
That's not true. You did it once before to help me.
Look, I have to get through this kid. That's all there is to it. So just give me a break here.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna talk to him. You know, somebody got killed. He may be a material witness. He may have information we desperately need.
I'm sorry. I can't. It wouldn't be right. I don't know why you're getting so mad at me. I am just doing what I believe is right, which is what you're always telling people to do.
Well, it's just that there are some rather basic issues at stake here. The safety of a community, the need to protect society from criminals, to expect that criminal behavior will be punished. It seems to me that those kind of issues should take precedence over something so benign as I just want to talk to this kid.
Well, I understand what you are saying. I really do. And I made a sacred promise to this guy, without which Critter would have never talked to me. He would have never given me the interview. Now, I can't go back on that promise.
What are you doing?
I'm just gonna clean some of this stuff up.
Could that wait until we resolve this argument, please?
I didn't think we were having an argument. I thought we were discussing personal principles.
Discussion, argument, disagreement, call it what you will. You know, it upsets me greatly that you don't trust me not to look after this kid. Just, all I want you to do is just tell me where I could find him.
No. I am not going to tell you. Now, if you want me to, I will contact him and talk to him and tell him you want to meet with him. And if he agrees, and only if he agrees, I will set up a meeting.
Oh, I see. So I get to talk to this boy if he will allow me to talk to him.
Yes. That's the best I can offer. Take it or leave it.
Take it.
Into why this woman is refusing to cooperate.
You got something to ask me, pal? Why don't you ask it yourself?
Cruz, listen, I would love to stay here and deal with this, but I really can't because I'm leaving town. Basically, it comes down to this. I want Eden to tell us where this guy, Critter, is, okay? If she does, that'll be an end to it. If she doesn't, I'm gonna have to take other measures. I'd rather do it the easy way.
Well, apparently you've already taken other measures. I heard something about a subpoena.
I had no other choice.
Could have tried talking to her.
With or without one, she's not going to tell you, Keith.
Oh, well, you know, I thought she was all for law and order.
It's not a matter of law and order. It's a matter of her personal principles. She's trying to protect her source.
I would warn her if I were you. There is no judge in this state that'll uphold her in that case. Wainwright here will tell you that.
Well, that's a risk she's willing to take, apparently.
Has she talked to an attorney? Because, you know, a lot of people are, willing to take a lot of chances until they find out they don't have a chance. She's in a lot of trouble. If she doesn't watch it, she'll end up behind bars for obstructing justice.
All right, let's just slow down here. This is not that serious. She made a promise to somebody. She's trying to keep it. She makes a very compelling argument. If she can't be trusted to do that, nobody is going to respect her as a reporter.
Well, I'll tell you something. She will be the most respected and loved reporter by the girls in the Hooskow. Is that what you want?
No, that's not what I want, and it's not going to come to that. I have this situation under control.
What?
It's under control, Keith. That's all you need to know.
Hello? Critter? I suppose you could have hit me with that, couldn't you?
matter? You can't take a joke?
Maybe that's funny. You've been following me, haven't you? Haven't you? Why?
You've been going to the places we've been going to.
That's because I need to talk to Critter. It's important.
Yeah, well, he can't talk to nobody now.
Well, then you better tell him that I need to talk to him.
What do you want with Critter? You can have me.
Because I have business with him. I think you should tell him because he's not going to be too happy if you don't. You don't have to tell him my name or any involved big message. Just describe me and he'll know who I am. Listen, I really think it's important that you should tell him because you would be doing him a favor. Please do that, okay? Would you excuse me, please?
Oh, I can't believe Chip's not here. They could have played together.
Well, they'll have plenty of time to play together. I would imagine they'll grow up to be the best of friends.
Oh,
Can you imagine hundreds of years ago they used to arrange marriages for their children?
no, I can't. And I can't believe how much she's grown up. I mean, she's going to have proposals in at least another couple of weeks, right?
She is a doll, isn't she?
You're beautiful. You are beautiful.
Say thanks,
I can't believe it.
You're going to have one of your own very soon, and then we can open up a daycare center.
No.
In the meantime, I think we need to discuss the subpoena.
Oh, yeah. Well, the subject depresses me, to tell you the truth.
He wasn't kidding, Eden.
I know he wasn't. I mean, aren't I protected in some way under the First Amendment?
There's a lot of legal jargon about that, but basically they can compel you to testify, yes.
And if I refuse, they can send me to jail?
That's right,
Oh,
until you cooperate.
Keith is licking his chops on that one.
Well, don't let him get any satisfaction, all right? And you would be very pleased to see how your hubby handled himself and how he defended you.
He did?
Yes, he did. He walked in when Keith and I were talking, and he heard Keith threaten you with a subpoena.
What did he say?
He said that you had no reason to expose your sources, and if you did, that you wouldn't be a journalist anyone respected.
Well, I'll be darned. You wouldn't believe the argument we had about that one.
Really? Well, I
Yeah.
think that in his heart, his opinion of you is very different.
Well, what I said I would do is I would check with my source, and if my source agreed that I would set up a meeting with Cruz.
Oh, well, what if he doesn't?
Then I guess I have to deal with a subpoena.
Try to handle this, all right? I know this is important to you, but can end up being very unpleasant.
I know, believe me. I hate confrontations just like the next person, especially in court. I mean, I can't believe this. This is my first story. I'm embroiled in all of this.
Well, you have a knack for getting yourself into trouble, don't you?
All the Catwells do. But I do believe I'm doing the right thing. Will you come here?
It'll all work out.
Can I have a hug?
Eden? Give Eden a hug. She needs a hug.
Oh.
Oh.
You know, I hope I have a beautiful girl just like you.
Hi. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, too. I'm not trying to keep anything from you.
I know. I'm worried. I can't help it. I think that you're putting yourself into a lot of trouble, a lot of danger unnecessarily.
Well, I'm not doing that. And I just want to let you know that I went down there to find Critter. I found somebody who knows him. I left a message saying that I needed to talk to him. And the guy said he'd leave him the message.
Just another social call, right? You know, the fact that you're naive about the danger doesn't diminish the danger.
I am not naive. I was careful.
And brave and inexperienced, it's a bad combination. You don't realize how nasty things could get down there. Fair enough, fair enough. But I'm not going to sleep until you promise me that you're going to keep your eyes open and expect the worst.
I do promise you. I'm not going to lose you. And the last thing I'm going to do is have you lose me. I promise.
You'd better not. What'd you do to your hand?
Nothing.
What do you mean, nothing? Your hand was perfectly fine this morning. What happened to it?
Well, I went down there and one of the boys, you know, had a knife.
One of the boys?
Yeah, when I went to see Critter. There were guys there and, you know, the guy I left a message with.
What about the knife?
Knives. They have knives. They all do.
Switchblade, you mean?
Well, I guess they call it a switchblade.
Uh-huh. And how did his switchblade end up cutting your hand?
They were playing a dart game, and the knife fell, and I picked it up. Really, it's no big deal. It was sort of my fault.
Well, of course not. It's no big deal. You just were hanging out in the barrio all day while these guys, these vatos, are showing off their blades to you. It's no big deal. You could come home and look me in the face and say you were in no danger. I'm impressed. But I beg to differ. You know, something tells me that I still haven't heard the whole story about this wound.
It's not important.
Yeah, maybe not, but it's all right. It does kind of prove the point I was trying to make, don't you think?
No. And let's not rehash this, okay? We just spent 5 minutes talking about how we should respect each other's point of view. I mean, those were the words, right?
Those were the words, but it doesn't change the way I feel about the basic issue.
But the subject is closed, right?
Yeah, what, you know, you're all alone, you're hanging around in the, who knows when, all hours of the night, in a neighborhood that I wouldn't feel comfortable accompanying you through in broad daylight. Now, I don't have to like that.
No, you don't have to like it. But I'll tell you something that you are gonna like. Maybe it'll balance things out.
Well, what? What are you talking about?
It's upstairs. Follow me.